Handicapper Steve here, handicapping the racing from Fairmount Park, FanDuel Racing here on Saturday. It is the 24th of August, 2024. Going to look at the featured 6th race from Fairmount, but before I get on to that, remember to please follow me on Twitter at Horse Racing Kit 5 for more selections for race courses around the world, and also join me today for my Travers preview from Saratoga. It's an excellent race and an excellent card from Saratoga, so I hope you check out my stakes preview there. But we're going to look at the featured 6th race, the meat feature from Fairmount, which is always a good race the last few years since they revived it. The 6th race, it's the St. Louis Derby, presented by FanDuel Sportsbook. It's going for a purse $250,000, race for 3-year-olds here. Field of 8 horses entered, but I believe Ghoul's Gold is going to scratch a run at Parks today, so we'll be down to a field of 7 horses going 1,700 meters or a mile 16th on the main track. I'm going to take the number 7 horse here, Next Level, as a top selection. 7246 for me in the superfecta. 7246 super, top selection, 7 horse, Next Level. This 3-year-old colt by Vino Rosso. Keith DeSormo trains this one. Gareth Loveberry gets the mount. The horse's most recent outing came the 6th of July at Prairie, a mile 16th in the Iowa Derby, and the horse finished 7 by 14 lengths that day, and he just did not show up. He never had the turn of foot, and he just was flat that day. I think coming here a little bit leveler playing field where he could get into it more early on. I think he's running races that can be competitive and really get a trip to win. Hopefully they get a little bit aggressive with this horse. When he's been aggressive with this one, he's really run these good races. But if you look at some of the horses he's been facing his last few, this is some tough competition, like two-back he ran against Society Man and the Mount Win at Churchill going mile 16th, where he finished 3rd by 2 1/4 lengths, and I thought he got around the race course okay. He quickened up nicely, an 83 buyer, not bad in defeat. And then at Churchill, 10th of May, mile 3 16th, an allowance race for 123,000, first and only time facing older horses. He finished 3rd by 1 3/4 lengths. Not the best beginnings and was very wide around the turns, but he was really gaining that day. I thought he got around the race course okay. And then the Louisiana Derby, probably one of the best races for the Derby Trail this year. Even though it didn't produce the Derby winner, I thought those were very competitive races. He finished 8th by 7 1/4 lengths that day, and he just never really showed up. And the Rebel before that, he wasn't catching Timberlake, who really freaked that day. But the place before that at Oakland on the good main track wasn't bad at all. Refreshing here at 8-1 off some decent runs. He's got slight class relief. I'll give him a shot on the ticket. I think the 2-horse EJ won the Cup for Doug O'Neill and Mike Smith. I wonder when the last time Mike Smith, if ever, has ridden at Fairmount. We'll have to go look that one up. But I think this horse, your second likeliest winner, was a winner of the Texas Derby at Lone Star over the mile 16th back in May. Winning by a length that day, come from mid-pack. I thought he ran terrifically. Came back to run 7 weeks later or 6 weeks later in the Indiana Derby at Indiana over the mile 16th, where he finished 4th by 8 1/4 lengths, never really showing up that day. He's running quite a few derbies this year. It's going to be his 4th Derby. He ran in the Indiana, Texas Derby, Santa Anita Derby, where he finished 3rd, where he just wasn't getting around the race course. And he won the Turf Paradise Derby prior to that in the spring, going a mile 16th, winning by 3 1/4 lengths on the front end. He was drifting a little bit that day, but he still won on to run a good race. He's always run these competitive races. He's a fast horse. He's training well at Del Mar. 2-1 game Mike Smith up, coming in from the east. He could win. There's a pick 3 that begins with this race. I would use him there. But to recount my selection for the 6th from FanDuel Racing Fairmount, it's the St. Louis Derby. Going to take the 7 horse here. Next Level, give kudos to the 2-horse EJ won the Cup, 7246 super, 7-2 in the multi-race. So good luck to him. Please follow me on Twitter at Horse Racing Kit 5. Good luck, everybody.